Hi everybody, I'm Julie from Maison Jupiter and I'm here with my lovely sister Sophie. Hey Sophie.
Hi everyone.
I hope you're doing well. We're here today to do the astrological and tarot predictions for all 12 signs for the new astrological year, which starts on March 20th when the sun is going to move into the sign of Aries. So at first we thought we were going to do the whole year for the new astrological year, sign by sign, but then there's so much content in that year. So we thought we would do the first part only in this video. So the first part, meaning the two first eclipses of the astrological year 2022-2023. So we're going to go over those two eclipses for you because eclipses mean big life changes, big fated changes. So we're going to go first the general read for the collective, and then we're going to go sign by sign with astrology and tarot. So first of all, the sun moves into Aries on March 20th. So that means this is the real beginning of the new year. So you're going to feel a lot more energy, a lot more vitality to start new projects. This is the first sign of the 12 sign of the zodiac. So this is the real new year that we're supposed to celebrate. This is not on January 1st, according to the astrology. So this is really a time of rebirth, and it coincides with the spring equinox for Northern Hemisphere. If you're in the Southern Hemisphere, is going to be the other equinox, so the fall equinox. So this is a great time to birth new idea, new projects, new energy, to revive your home, revive your body, revive your routines. So we're going to go sign by sign. And it coincides, yes, with the equinox. And in the pagan tradition, it is called Ostara. So it's the pagan version of Easter, if you wish. So all egg symbology, rebirth symbology is going to be used in that pagan tradition. So this is really an important time in order to set intentions for the new year, the real new year in astrology. And we have this amazing conjunction on April 12 with Jupiter and Neptune. So this is truly like dreams come true conjunctions. So for all spiritual people, this is going to be a great, great, great energy. This is an awakening energy as well. And the ancients used to say that this is a triple manifestation power when two rulers are in their own sign. So which is the case with Jupiter and Neptune being in their home sign of Pisces. So it's going to be a great manifestation power in your chart. So you can look up where Pisces fall, but we're going to go over sign by sign. So before we do, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel. So let us know in the comments if you like us doing videos in English, and we'll try to do some more and to be regular as well. So we have lots of ideas of content we're going to add to the channel. So thank you for your support. We appreciate. And just before we begin, if you wish to order your personalized birth chart, you can do so on maisonjupiter.com. And you can choose the birth chart and the color of your choice. And also, if you wish to book a tarot consultation with Sophie, you can do so on maisonjupiter.com as well. And I think she's booked until the end of April, but there might be a few spots left. So hurry up if you want to book with her. So
yes, and also we just add these new service of priority booking,
yeah,
because it's about 2 months waiting right now, if I'm correct. So the priority booking is 30 minutes, but it allow you to have quicker appointments. So I think, if I'm correct, it's the same week. Even sometimes if you're fast enough, it could be the next day. So it's 30 minutes, it's priority booking. So look for it online at maisonjupiter.com.
Yeah, good point. Thank you. So do you think we can pull some oracle cards for this new astrological year? What do you think?
Yeah, sure. Before we do that, you mentioned that the eggs and the symbology is the new year. So the eggs is the fertility, and the bunnies that we have in Easter is also the symbology of new beginnings because it's the
Exactly.
fertility. So it's really powerful. I love it. So yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, we know the Catholic, how do we say
church.
that? No, I wanted to say Catholic rituals. They were based on pagan rituals. So Easter was based on Ostara, which is the older pagan rituals. So all the eggs, the bunnies, all this symbology was took
You
from,
yeah.
yeah, used from this original pagan tradition.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So we want one card.
I'm very excited about this new energy for the new year. I think there's going to be great manifestation.
Yeah, me too. Okay. Oh, okay. So it just flew. Oh, I love it. It's party. We have the
Wow.
card of party.
Oh, wow.
Not only party, but I just remember that we have on this card social. So this is a brand new energy because since 2020 we have a lot of less of social opportunities and parties also. So for me it symbolized two things. It symbolized first that this is a great time, this is a great year, so a lot to celebrate, not just parties as gathering of people, but also celebration first and fun and joy. So lighter energy for me, and also social. So it's something that will be there for the whole year. So I love it.
Cool. And I just want to mention here, I think we're going through a special kind of time period because at the same time, there's the old world that's kind of dying off. And at the same time, we're on a different timeline. So we're like in between or living on two simultaneous timelines, I feel. And the other one is building the new world, this new reality that we want to co-create. So yes, there's going to be new energies, rebirth of energies, like a manifestation power to create whatever you want to create moving on. But also there's going to be things that we need to let go in order to move on to this new reality. So I think we're going to face this mix of letting go of old stuff, which is going to be harder, of course, and also co-creating the future. So I think there's going to be lots of things that we can celebrate, lots of things we can be happy about with this celebration card for the new year. I love it. But also I say that because there's a lot of energy in the sign of Pisces still for the new year. So Pisces is the last of the 12 signs. It talks about letting go. It talks about more of our spiritual development than the material one. So it's more like if you wish, after the physical body dies, the soul goes back to source. So it's the energy of Pisces, so merging back into one. So but in the material world, it also means dissolving, so stuff dissolving, old situation dissolving. So I just want to mention that. I'm very happy about it, but also I think there's going to be a part of letting go of the old.
Well, this is a cycle of life. So
Right.
we need to embrace both parts. And I think this energy is also to keep in mind that even though we lose stuff, we need to celebrate because new things are coming and it's for the best.
I love it. And sometimes I feel like when we're in the mood to celebrate, we're like, well, I can't really celebrate because I'm not there yet. Oh, I don't have this accomplished. Like everything is not like on target. And I feel like you got a good point here because we're never going to be 100% on target and 100% accomplished in all levels. So we still need to take time off to celebrate the little wins and the bigger ones also. So
Yep.
good point.
Great.
Okay, so moving on to eclipses. So yeah, there's going to be 4 eclipses in 2022. And why are we talking about eclipses? Because these are the bringers of big change. These are the bringers of fated change because they are new moons and full moons, but they are close to the lunar nodes, and the lunar nodes are associated with collective karma. So every time we have either a new moon or a full moon close to the lunar nodes, yes, it's an eclipse, but it also talks about collective changes, big collective changes, and as well personal changes in our lives. So every time there is a what we call the eclipse season, because they come in pairs. So we're gonna have one on April 30th and May 16th following the April 30th. So they're always at 2 weeks separating each other. So that's going to be our first eclipse season of the year. And then the other one is going to be, let me check the dates, October 25th and November 8th. So we're going to talk about these ones in another video. So every time we have eclipses, so it means there is going to be changes in the society, but also in your personal life. So you can look up every time there's going to be a big change in your life, let's say change of work, change of home, new relationship, weddings, new kids, the birth of new souls. These always, or I would say very often, coincides with eclipses because they are big fated changes. So when we're talking about predictions for the year, I think the most important things we can look at is eclipses, because they talk about this cycle of transformation that is going to be asked of us by the universe. So we can look up the houses in which they fall in our personal birth chart. So that depends on your rising sign. And you're going to know what's the axis of signs that going to ask changes from you in your personal life. And this axis is going to be set for 18 months, so a year and a half. At the nose of the moon just moved into the Taurus and Scorpio axis on January 18, and they're going to stay there until mid 2023. So Scorpio and Taurus, wherever they fall in your birth chart, that's the axis along which you're going to have eclipses for 1 year and a half in your personal birth chart. So if they fall, for say, in financial houses, it means that you're going to be asked by the universe to transform your finances, all aspects of your finances during those 1 year and a half, 18 months. So we're going to go, of course, sign by sign in just a bit. But I just wanted to make sure everybody understands how important eclipses are. So we say often that it's new moons and full moon on steroids. So they're like 3 times more powerful than regular new moons and full moons. Yeah, I said that. So oh yeah, and the orb of influence is about a month before the actual date of the eclipse and about 6 months after the actual date of the eclipse. So right now, as we're filming this, we're already in this orb of influence of the eclipse season that we're going to have late April and mid-May. So a month before, so you can already see what's coming up for change in your personal life. And it's going to come to a peak of energy on the date, but you cannot really expect to have something big happening, let's say on the day of, but on the days around, for sure, you're going to feel something. So the first pair of eclipse, so the first one I said April 30th, this is going to be a new moon eclipse in the sign of Taurus. So the nodes of the moon shifted in the sign, in the axis of Taurus, Scorpio, mid-January. So this is our financial axis, but this is also a relationship axis because we talk with Taurus and Scorpio about exchange of energy. So Taurus is more of the sensual sign, and Scorpio is more of the sexual sign. So it talks about intimacy. So we have, it talks about like finance, because this is also an exchange of energy, money. So how you invest your money, how you gain money from the type of work that you're doing, but also the way the energy flows in your relationships. So this is the axis of Taurus and Scorpio. So the first one is a new moon. So we're going to open a new cycle with this new moon eclipse, a big new cycle that's going to be at least for 6 months after this date. So this is an important new cycle, and it's conjunct to the planets Uranus and the North Node. So it's gonna talk about surprises, because every time
Mhm.
we have our friend Uranus, and yes, I know about it because I had to move in the last year and a half with my friend Uranus that was inspecting my chart. So there's lots of surprises with Uranus. You never know what to expect. So Uranus and the North Node. So it talks about the future. So at that time, you're going to be planting seeds for the long term, for your future foundations, because it's in Taurus. So how can you make more money? How can you be more stable financially? It talks about those kind of things. Uh, and with Uranus, as I said, you can expect something like a surprise, something that's unexpected, because you never know, what to expect with Uranus. And the eclipse ruler, which is Venus, because it's in the sign of Taurus, is in conjunction with Jupiter and Neptune. So this is a really good new moon eclipse for collective awakening. This is going to emphasize a lot spirituality, awakening on a really large scale. There's really good aspects about this new moon eclipse. I really like it. Do you feel like pulling some cards for this
Sure.
collective energy?
So with that, can we expect that some truth is coming out because we have Uranus and we have some awakening?
It could be, but I'm thinking maybe more during the next one, since it's a full moon in Scorpio, and there's lots of aspects about revealing stuff. So
Yes.
I'm thinking maybe more the next one, but yeah, it could be some kind of surprise. Yes, for sure.
So I have two cards that flew out of the deck, so I have to take them both. I have Destruction of the Old, and I have Try New Things
Oh,
and Travel. So it's very good because we need travel. Please
yeah,
bring back travel.
yes, yes.
And yeah, Destruction of the Old and Trying New Things makes a lot of sense with a new moon.
But also, this eclipse, I forgot to say, is really close to this big conjunction between Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces that we have exact on April 12th. It's still an orb during this eclipse. And it really talks about facilitating this traveling abroad, because Jupiter is the international planet, and Neptune talks about going on a faraway place. So that's a really good alignment for that. And I think, yeah, it really makes sense with the astrology as well.
Great, great, amazing.
So you said, what do you say? Surprise, the second card? No.
No, it's Destruction and Trying New Things and Travel.
Trying new things. Yes, we're gonna talk about trying new things for every sign. And destruction, yeah, I kind of expected that because of this old world that's going to die on a fast forward speed. Yeah, with Uranus. Yeah. Okay, makes sense. So moving on to the second eclipse of this first pair of 2022. So it's going to be on May 16th, so just 2 weeks after the first one. It's going to be a full moon eclipse in Scorpio at 25 degrees exactly of Scorpio. And every time we have a full moon eclipse, it closes a cycle. So it brings the energy to a really high culmination peak, but also it allows us to reap the rewards of a cycle and to close it. It's more of a letting go type of energy. And this one is conjunct the South Node, which also talks about letting go of the old. So this one is a lot about healing and releasing old wounds, because we're talking about Scorpio too, which is the sign of healing and
And
doing our I'm sorry.
Scorpio is also that. So
Yeah.
that in finishing some cycle and then restarting something.
Exactly. But yeah, I feel like the first eclipse is going to be more of planting seeds. I'm not sure if we're going to see results just yet because it is a new moon, but this one is going to ask us to really release what's blocking us from going into this new chapter. So But I do like this full moon, even if it's in Scorpio. An eclipse in Scorpio is going to feel very intense because a full moon is intense. Imagine
Yeah.
a full moon on steroids and the sign of Scorpio and the sign of intensity. Oh, hello.
Hello. She wanted to say hi. Sorry about this.
Hi, Sam. So yeah, I think this one is going to feel very emotional, and even more from people who still have, well, we all still have things to heal. But if you've been working on yourself, I think it's going to feel easier. If you've tried to sweep it under the rug for a few years, this one is going to be a hard one, because all the feelings are going to come up. Full moon, that's what it does. It brings to the light everything that's been hidden before. Scorpio is like those deep traumas and wounds. So it can most likely bring those up. So if you've done some work on yourself before, it's going to be, I think, a good eclipse to just let go and move on.
Yeah.
There's really good alignments with that eclipse. I think I like it. Yeah, it's going to be an intense one, but I think I like it because you know what? It sextiles Pluto, which is one of the two rulers of this eclipse, and it trines Mars, which is the other ruler of this eclipse. So it's really good aspects to both rulers of this eclipse. It really allows us, it's going to be easier to let go of old things that no longer serves us. So I think this is going to be a really good time to maybe write down some stuff you would like to let go, that's been blocking you before, more psychologically or emotionally. And also we got Chiron and Venus conjuncting in the sign of Aries at that time. So really healing childhood wounds, healing the divine feminine, healing the divine masculine, because it's in Aries, but it's also Venus. So for everybody that's willing to transform, it's going to be a good time to do so. And it's going to feel a lot easier to do so.
So it
And
would be
just
a
like,
good time. Oh, sorry. Would
oh,
you like
I just
to?
wanted to say this is the first eclipse and Scorpio since October 2014. So you can think about what's been going on in your life at the end of 2014, what's been transforming back then. You could maybe see some similar themes coming up during this full moon in Scorpio.
Yeah. So everything that will go out of your life is not meant to stay. So it's something that you outgrown and it's time to leave behind. So maybe it would be a good idea to do your vision board. Sorry, I lose my voice. I work too much. Okay, so sorry about that. So maybe it would be a good idea to do your vision board before those eclipses to see where you are at this current time in your life, what is your focus and what you want. And I'm pretty sure that what will leave your life will not be in that vision board, meaning that you're where you are, where you want to be leading. I think it's somewhere else that what will leave your life. So
Oh, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. Do you feel like pulling some cards for this second eclipse?
Sure. Okay. We have rekindle the flame, effort, and compromise.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I think this is going to be, as I said in the beginning, it's yes, it's the financial axis, but it's also a relationship axis because it talks about intimacy and healing our core wounds in order to connect more with each other. So yeah,
I
makes total
see another sense out of it. I see that rekindle the flame for me, it would be like a test of how much you are willing to do or sacrifice or anything in your vision to put in terms of compromise and effort in what you really want. So for me, rekindle the flame will be, yes, you want to go there, but we needed to remove this out of your life so you can have the resources to move to where you want to go.
I like it. And also rekindle the flame. It can talk about relationships, but also it can talk about your own passion for life.
Yeah.
You know, like if you've been stuck in a situation that's been blocking you from finding back your passion, your energy, your Kundalini energy. So I think And Scorpio is linked to Kundalini energy. That's creation power that we all have. So when you find that passion back, when you release yourself from situations that are not aligned with you anymore, then yeah, I like this.
I love it.
This is a great eclipse. Okay. So what do you say if we go through the 12 signs?
Sure.
So first of all, look up your rising sign. This is going to be the most accurate for your house placements. And also you can look your sun sign, and then you can check your moon sign for a more internalized energy. It's more of the emotional energy for the moon sign. So first your rising, then your sun, and third your moon. Sagittarius, let's see where those eclipses fall in your birth chart. So on April 30th, we've got the first eclipse that's going to be a new moon eclipse in the sign of Taurus, and it falls in your 6th house. So let me show you right away. So we've got the moon, the sun, in an exact conjunction because it's a new moon, really close to our friend Uranus. So Uranus is going to be bringing surprises, unexpected events for sure. And we've also got the North Node because it's an eclipse. So 6th house, it means that you're going to be opening up a new chapter in your work life, your daily routines, and also your health in your 6th house. So I think lots of Sagittarius are going to start a new work. And if it's not connected to your work, either it's going to be connected to your health or your daily routine. So maybe you're going to start something completely new, because Uranus also talks about something that's really out of your comfort zone, something you never tried before, something really different. And if it's connected to your work, it could also talk about using new technologies, using internet, new community, because it's also Uranus related. So yeah, it's a good time for a new work, also a new work project, because it's going to be an important time for you to plant a seed for future abundance, because it's in the sign of Taurus, which talks about finances, money. It could also be starting a new diet, because the sign of Taurus is also connected to food. So maybe a new diet. And lastly, we've got Jupiter, Neptune, Venus, and Mars in your 4th house. So it's going to be really a good blessing for your family and home life, because it falls in your 4th house. So I think you're going to feel really at home. You're going to feel this like healing energy. And if you're already in a relationship, it's going to be a really good time to have a renewal of energy with the 2 benefactors that are in your 4th house, so Jupiter and Neptune. And if you're not in a relationship, you might meet someone around that time. So yeah, do you feel like pulling some cards for our friends?
Sure.
Sagittarius.
Oh, love at first sight. So meeting new people. So I love it because first of all, we have love at first sight, but it says also confusion and crush. So I want you to take it slow, even though it's a love at first sight, just to understand what is the context of why is that new person entering my life at this point, and why am I attracted to this person. So I want you to go ahead to enjoy your life, but try to understand what changed in you to have this person, and what is the difference between this and what you had in the past. It's great energy.
Yeah, and I'm thinking also with that eclipse in your 6th house, it could also be someone you meet from work. Yeah, because 6th house is work, like daily routine, someone you see on a regular basis, on a daily basis, or like someone you see at the gym, someone you work out with. Yeah, so yeah, makes a lot of sense. Okay, second eclipse is going to be on May 16. This is going to be a full moon eclipse in the sign of Scorpio, and it falls in the opposing house, so 12th house for you. So I'm just going to share my screen to make sure that it's very visual for you. So here, we're moving away from the 6th house. So opposing house is 12th house. So we're going to have this full moon eclipse in your 12th house. So I call this one the healing and releasing old wounds and transforming. So for you, it's going to be even more the case because 12th house is the house of letting go of the past, letting go of subconscious thoughts, past lives, traumas, also 12th house theme. And both Scorpio and this full moon eclipse are asking us to heal and release. And also, healing is a good theme associated with both this eclipse and the 12th house. So, there's a lot of healing potential. So, I think that's really great. So, great time to heal karmic relationships, past life traumas, fear of death, because Scorpio has to do with death, 12th house also. In order to do so, it's going to be important for you that you develop more faith and spirituality, to not fear death. It's I know it's weird to say, but I'm sure it's going to resonate with a lot of people because you've got Scorpio in the 12th house. Um, and it's going to feel a lot easier for you to let go of old karmic baggage around that time because we've got support from both rulers of this eclipse. So both Mars and Scorpio are in really good alignments with this eclipse. So it's going to help you release what is no longer going to follow you in that next chapter of your life. So it's going to be gone for good in this 12th house. So that's the good that's the good part of this eclipse. um the trap for some people for this eclipse is going to be the 12th house kind of traps, which are addictions, wanting to check out of reality because it's too hard to do the work, it's too hard to see the issues, the traumas, the ugly stuff. So some people try to avoid them by all kind of addictions, or all kind, it could be also like video games, alcohol, drugs, anything. But if you're really wanting to use this energy in the most powerful way, in the most positive way, it's really going to face those issues, and you're going to feel that it's going to be a lot easier to let go of them if you face them. Also, we've got Jupiter moving into your 5th house, so that's really positive. The 5th house talks about creation, romance, love, children. So that's good for all those those aspects. And if you're single, and if you're a woman or a man, because we got Jupiter and Venus in your 5th house, so it's going to be possible that you meet someone new. Also, if you're already in a relationship, it's going to be a really good time to rekindle the flame, because 5th house talks about passion. It talks about the honeymoon phase of a relationship, so more of the dating phase, having fun, playing around. So this is going to be a great energy for you. Do you feel like pulling some cards for this eclipse?
Okay, so we have, oh, I love it. So we have inner child and we have manifesting.
Oh, yeah.
So 5th house is also the card of, well, the house of kids. So I don't know if there's a possibility according to astrology for this.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And be careful. Well, if it's your intention, it's great. But Jupiter, it could be multiple. So
Okay.
maybe like twins, triplets. So be careful.
If that's not what you want, be careful.
If it's not what you want. If it's what you want, then it's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing. So it says waiting, manifesting, and we have inner child. So I want you in that time to be also thinking, if it's not for children, I want you to be also manifesting a lot. And the other thing that I want you to do is to work on your orange chakra. Which one is it? The orange chakra, the one that we want you to,
Sacral.
yeah. Well, it's, if I remember correctly, for this one, we want to play, we want to draw. So this
Dance. Dance is a great activity with the 5th house in the sacral chakra.
Perfect. So I want you to activate as much as possible the inner child in you so you can manifest even more with that energy. We need to reconnect to fun. We need to reconnect with everything that we do as a kid without judgment. So, like I said, playing, dancing, drawing, anything that we connect with as a child that bring joy to us.
I love it. And I feel like it's also like a great part of this healing, which is more like dark with this 12th house and the Scorpio. It's going to feel heavy. So you really need to express this inner child with these creative processes, like dancing, drawing, everything that you said, in order. I think it's a really important part of this healing process. Love it. So thank you, Sagittarius. And if you like this content, please remember to like, to share, to subscribe to this channel. And we do appreciate all your support. And yeah, we'll see you very soon. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.